Welcome to the official podcast of Cryptids, Anomalies, and the Paranormal Society. This is Whispers from the Dark. All right, we got Brandon Cooper here, the head of the guy that started this whole thing.
I'm so sleepy.
Yeah, I bet. So you put on this whole event this weekend. How's it going?
You know better than... Excuse me. See, I've been screaming at people. Nobody listens to me. It's been a horrible... No, we've had a blast. It's my very first Paracon that I've actually done myself. I've been under the tutelage of KD Stafford with Supernatural Inc. and for a while. And...
we're getting pictures taken of us.
Paparazzi.
Yeah.
But I think it went well. I think everybody enjoyed it. The location is amazing. Mm-hmm. And first and foremost, I wanted to get the location out there. Mm-hmm. I wanted, more people need to come out here and see. This is not state ran. It's not federal. This is private. And we relied... Excuse me. I just had some wonderful shrimp and grits, so you have to... Excuse me, but... we rely on donations to keep this beautiful place open. So I think all in all, I'm going to call this a win.
Awesome guests, awesome people here. Met a lot of cool people and met some cool people that I've already known, like Jeremy. It's cool to hang out with him and ghost hunt with him. And
that
was awesome. Yeah. So, what got you into this? Like,
okay. So just a quick background.
Yeah.
So I grew up on the reservation, like an hour away. So I'm Eastern man of Cherokee Nation. And from birth, I was kind of groomed to be a healer, which is where my shamanic training came into. I love KD. KD just came by and tried to distract me. I'm just saying. So I love that man. He's a sexy beast. But so, I've always been raised around the supernatural, especially on the reservation. Like, Hairy Man is what we call him in this area, but Sasquatch, Bigfoot, whatever you name him, that was commonplace. So, we were always told by the elders, look, the Hairy Man lives over there, don't go over there. Okay, so it's always just been a belief. And then the older that I got, the more I realized that not everybody thought like me, and there's people like you that are out there trying to prove the existence. So that expanded my mind. So there's the cryptid side. The paranormal side, same story as most people. My grandfather passed away when I was young. I didn't get to say goodbye. Well, he came to me 3 days after he had passed away. Full, solid apparition. I even smelled his aftershave. And he told me that he loved me. So I always wanted to know how did this happen, and the interest turned into a passion when I finally got medically retired from the Marine Corps after serving in Iraq, and I just had time. So it turned into like a compulsion, and I have to now. So I guess same for you, like hunting Squatch and cryptids. It's something that's in you. It's a drive, and for me, that's just an itch that I'm going to scratch until the day I get the answers that I need, and that'll be when I'm on the other side. So
absolutely. So you had told me when we got here that you actually had an encounter recently. Let me finally hear this. I haven't heard this story yet. So
yeah, I've been kind of holding off. I told him yesterday that give me 45 minutes and I'll do your show. So this is like 48 hours later, and I'm on
48
here.
Hours finally we got
right,
him.
48 minutes, 48 hours. So we were. I was up in North Carolina. One of my teachers is up there, and we were hosting we were doing a sweat lodge for some individuals, trying to help them heal. And I'm getting, ladies and gentlemen, my boss is giving me a note right now. It's being written.
I'm having a premonition.
We're having a premonition because if you weren't at this paranormal, guess what?
See, she tells me what to do.
Because we probably can't.
She tells me what to do.
But you should have been here in Pickens, South Carolina, and guess what? We're having a raffle, and I have some information I'm going to give to the coop, and if you didn't win the raffle, screw you, dude.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mama T, she is one of my students. She is fire.
So if anybody else wants to sign up,
okay, gotcha.
put them out there, but
yeah. Okay, go do your thing.
Okay, love you.
I love you too. Oh yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I just introduced Mama T to the world of paranormal, and she's taken to it like several idioms that I could mention, but none of them are probably appropriate for this podcast. So let me just say this: what were we talking about now?
North Carolina Sasquatch.
Okay, thank you. I got a little sidetracked. So we were doing SWAT Lodge up in North Carolina. We had a group of people that came in, and let me just put this out there. We do not charge for our SWAT Lodges. Please be careful out there if you are interested in SWAT Lodges. Some people are just in it for the money, and just be careful. So, and usually the hairy man, and also here in the Appalachians, we have what we call the little people. I'm sure your listeners are familiar, but if you're not, just type in Appalachian little people. It's very interesting, but I don't think we have time to cover that one. But so we're in the Sweat Lodge. We're calling in. I think we were calling in the east winds, and outside you hear. But it was shaking it was shaking the ground, and it's been a while since the hairy man came around. But we had been talking about him all day long, and even while we were preparing our prayer beads and everything, we were just mentioning him. And I was asking my teacher Gray Eyes, I was like, "Have you seen the hairy man lately?" He's like, "He hadn't been around for a while," and I'm like, "Man, it would sure be good if he would show up and bless us." And so I heard all that, and the tent was shaking, and I happened to open up the door and peek out, and I just saw the side of this ape-like large hand passing through into the woods, and I'm like, well, there he is. And when I saw him, it was just an instant peace. So, am I saying that Sasquatch came by and blessed our Sweat Lodge? Absolutely, absolutely, and and he does that. And that's why natives have such a history with the hairy man. There's so many legends and stories about how that they would work together. And he's always out there. You just have to believe. So yeah, I mean it's a short story, but it's a powerful story to me. Just to know that we were talking about him and he shows up and allows me to see just a little bit of him, because you're not going to see him if he doesn't allow it, in my opinion. So, I mean, it was just magical, and it was just recent. So that's, it's the story. I know it's not very, woohoo, look at that. I was chased by a 12-foot demon or nothing like that. I'm sorry, folks, but
Yeah.
But I mean, it was powerful. And being native myself, or part native, you look for those all-powerful spirits, and that's what I think the hairy man is. I think he's an interdimensional being with supreme powers of healing, helping, or destruction. I believe he is all-encompassing. So it's just my honor to just be able to catch a glimpse of it.
That's super cool. And you're Cherokee?
Correct.
So what your lore and stuff around that, what does it say? Like, where did he come from? Who is he and that?
So and even in our the history is still sketchy where he came from. There are stories to where he is an elemental protector of the land that has taken this form, which I don't know if it multiplies his strength or but we've all seen the video of like the full tree being thrown. I don't know if that particular form suits that or whatever, but it is believed that he only shows up when somebody that is true of spirit is in need, or if the land is in danger. So he has always had that protector image in our lore, but it's again, as far as where he came from, nobody knows. There's also another story where he fought side by side with the Cherokee, and it's an extremely long story, but it was over land. It was over sacred land, and people were trying to take it, and that he did not, or they did not wish for that to happen, and they actually sided with us. So, yeah, but I mean, it's still though, it's a mystery. Where did he come from? Is he star people? And that's another thought, And as a shaman, I tell everybody that we are from the stars. And in every native oral tradition, there are the star beings that preceded the natives. So could he be a star person? Not beyond the realm of possibility.
Absolutely. Very cool. Very cool. So what else you got coming up here in the next couple weeks, months?
So let's see. Next week I have a week-long investigation. It's going to be down at the Cherokee, where the Cherokee capital city used to be. Right, and now it is 168 feet underwater. So that's going to be fun. Yep.
Yeah.
I've actually got some experiments with ITC. And for those of you who don't know ITC, that's like your ghost boxes and stuff that you see on the shows. I'm going to try to see if I can't get EVP on top of the water and see if they won't, if it can't travel through the water, or if the water will amplify it. I got a couple of ideas I'm going to try. Also on this land was Fort Prince George, and it's the site of where 26 peace chiefs were murdered because one of the lieutenants at the fort decided to kill a native. And so the retaliation went back and forth, and then it just led to, I don't know this for a fact, but I think it's the second largest massacre of natives in the U.S. The first is somewhere in the Midwest. There was 32 or 36 that were hung. So, yeah, it's pretty powerful. I want to get out there. I want to know their story. I want them to know that we still care. So,
absolutely,
it's going to be a great one.
Very cool. You gonna have any other events this year? You're going to be at?
So yeah, I've got. I also work with Paranormal Task Force out of the Midwest. If you go to paranormaltaskforce.org, I believe it is, I don't know. It's, stuff and computers and things.
Yep.
I know we're doing Pythian Castle. And then we're going to do an entire town haunt, which is really cool. And that's coming up in 2.5 weeks. It's going to be in Potosi, Missouri. We're doing like 5 buildings in downtown. That'll be pretty cool. But the big one, the next one that I'm really, really excited about is the last weekend in September. We are taking over Deadwood, South Dakota. Ooh. We are going to be doing a really, really cool, one-of-a-kind, huge package. I mean, it's going to be amazing, but we're going to be in Deadwood. And fingers crossed, put out some good energy for us. There are Shanghai tunnels underneath Deadwood, and nobody's been allowed to get in there, but it looks like we may have access. So, yeah, awesome. That's going to be good. And then, yeah, there's some Paracons. I'll be in Eureka Springs, Arkansas. I'll be in Kansas City at the big KC Expo Center. I'll be in Overland Park. So I'll be around. I'd love to, I love talking cryptids and stuff. So, if any of your listeners come out, man, please come up, talk to me. I'd love it.
Awesome. Sounds great, man. Well, thanks for talking with us, and thanks for a great event here, and hope to see you out there again.
Man, listen, I am truly blessed to have you come out, and I'm honored to be on your show. So thank you so much, man. I don't know who had more fun, the people that paid for tickets or me while I've been running around falling asleep on myself. But yeah. This has been an amazing, amazing event. I couldn't have done it without all these great sponsors and people and all the love. And yes, woo! Let's give it up for the sponsors. So, I mean, I'm going to go to sleep tonight full of love and exhaustion at the same time. So, again, thank you so much for having me on.
Thank you, man. Have a great day. All right, go ahead and introduce yourself. Tell me
Hey
about
guys,
yourself.
I'm Sherry at Sherry's Festivals and More. You can find me on Facebook at Art by Sherry 101 to follow all my events and become vendors.
Awesome. So what do you got coming up?
We've got the Spirit Fest coming up at the Shriners Club in Greenville, April 1st and 2nd. That event is actually already full with vendors. And then our second one is going to be held in Easley at the Maynard Center off of Jameson Road. It is the Fairy Fest, and we truly encourage y'all to dress up. We will have 5 fairies. We will have the Pickens Library there doing story time. We will have 4 mermaids doing bubble shows. We will have 3 unicorns, and yes, the children can ride a couple of them. The baby was just born a few weeks ago, but not him yet. They could take pictures with him. They are going to be doing photo shoots in and outside. We do have a fairy garden that will be donated by Cochrane Landscaping. We will have a bull riding bounce house. We will have a castle bounce house. We will have Broken Road Barbecue. We'll have WB Smokehouse. We'll have Cosmic Empanada. We will have, I'm trying to think of the leather food truck we'll have. We'll have some dessert trucks with snow cones, and we'll have popcorn, cotton candy, and 30 different vendors.
Very cool. And that's South Carolina.
Yes, South Carolina, all in South Carolina. And then our next one will be in Seneca, South Carolina at McLatke Orchards. We are going to have a spring fling there on May 27th, and that is live music by Rachel, Big Eyes, Whitewater Heathens, and a few others that we'll have there. But it'll be live music from 11 a.m. all the way through 10 p.m. And then it's going to be a very big festival out there. Very big. And then in June, we will have our Hippie Fest in Easley. And that is going to be on June 24th. And again, you guys can find everything about all my events on my Facebook page at Art by Sherry, Sherry 101. And so then after the Hippie Fest will be the 80s Fest in August. And then we'll have another Spirit Fest September 9th and 10th. And then the Fall Festival back at McLatke Orchards in Seneca on September 30th.
You got a lot going on.
We do have a lot going on. But all of our festivals that we hold in Easley are fundraisers for nonprofit groups in Pickens County. So our first one is going to be for the Pickens Humane Society. The second one will be for Safe Haven. And then the third one will be for Catastrophic. And they are all cat rescue. But, you know, all the money that comes in to the festival, it's a $5 entry fee, cash only, please, for 15 years and up. And all that money coming in goes directly to the organizations.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
So we try to help out as much as we possibly can.
Very cool. So what brought you out here to Pickens today?
Oh, my friend Del Rita. She's like, you got to come out here. I was like, okay, cool. So it's been great. It's awesome out here.
Yeah. Are you into all the paranormal then too, or no?
I do. I love paranormal.
You do investigations?
Yes, we've done many investigations. We were in a group in North Carolina when we lived up there in Fayetteville. We did a lot up there, and we also did a lot in South Carolina. We did some in Kentucky. So yeah, we've been a little bit all over the place. You can find that on Ghost Hunts SC on Facebook also.
Very cool.
Lots of interesting pictures, especially in Abbeville.
Are you done the ghost hunts here this weekend?
No, I have not. No, I have my grandson this weekend, so you're not going to take a 9-year-old that's off the chain going on. I'm kidding. He's not off the chain, but you're not going to take a 9-year-old over to do all that stuff because he'll be like, "When are we going home? Well, I'm tired." Yeah, no.
Absolutely, yes. Some of my team members are like that already.
Oh yeah. See. It's like, how long is this going to be? As long as it takes.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Well, I appreciate your time.
I appreciate you letting me be on your podcast. This is freaking great.
Absolutely, yeah. Anything else you want to talk about? Or?
No, man. I'm happy to be here. Haygood Mill in Pickens. It's got some awesome vendors out here.
A lot of vendors, a lot of paranormal things.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Arts, crafts, all
people
kinds of
from
stuff.
all over. You got Connecticut, Wisconsin. Some
South
people from
Dakota.
local here. So the Ghost Rider is here. We met her. And It's pretty freaking cool, man. It's really cool. If you guys can get out here this weekend, come on.
Absolutely.
It's awesome. And they actually have lit up the forge, so they're going to start forging over
they were
there
doing
today.
That yesterday too, yeah.
So it's awesome. And somebody apparently is barbecuing because it really smells good.
Yep. Awesome. Well, remind everybody again, where can we find all your events?
Okay, find all my events on my Facebook page at Art by Sherry, and that's SHERRY on Facebook.
So if you're in anywhere in the Chicago,
It's
I'm
okay,
going to be in Chicago.
Yeah, I know. You are
If you're going to be anywhere in the South Carolina, North Carolina area, come on down, check it out.
Yep.
And
Tennessee, Georgia.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what's all
We're right
around
in the
down there.
upstate. Yeah. Right in the upstate. But thank you all for listening. I really appreciate it, and I hope to see y'all out at my events or become vendors, truly.
Absolutely. Which ones are you still looking for vendors for?
We're still looking for vendors for the Hippie Fest, the 80s Fest, the McGlatke Orchard, and after the spring ones are over for the Spirit Fest and the orchards, then we're going to post the fall festivals, which will both be in September.
Awesome. And you said the ones in September, you had the more paranormal one as well.
Yeah, the Spirit Fest is going to be in September 9th and 10th, and then the McGlatke's Fall Fest will be September 30th.
Very cool. Awesome.
Yes.
Awesome. Well, thank you for being on.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it, love. Y'all have a great day, okay?
Yep, you too.
Thank you.
Thanks for listening to this week's episode of Whispers from the Dark. To find out more about cryptids, anomalies, and the Paranormal Society, visit us at our website at wisconsincaps.com. That's Wisconsin, CAPS.com. There you can find links to all of our social media, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and our Patreon. You will see links to our online store as well, where you can get t-shirts, DVDs, and more. If you click on the public events page, you can find out where you can meet us in person and all the public events we have coming up. If you enjoy our podcast or our YouTube shows, please consider becoming a Patreon at patreon.com/WisconsinCaps. There you can find behind-the-scenes pictures and videos from all of our media, as well as bonus footage and evidence that we have collected. If you have encountered something you can't explain, we want to hear from you. Visit our website and click on Submit a Report on our main screen. You can choose to leave your contact information or simply remain anonymous. You can also reach us via email at wisconsincaps@gmail.com. If you would like to be a guest on our show, please contact us on our Whispers from the Dark podcast page on Facebook, or send us an email at wisconsincaps.com. Remember to like, share, and subscribe wherever you listen or watch or find us.